Lander will now do the league pledge.
Trusting God, I love my country, and I will protect the law.
Hello everybody and welcome to beautiful Jarrah Park. This is Scott Hall with George Landrum Video Productions, and we are here on a beautiful morning in Scripps Ranch, California. We've got the A's and Marlins going head-to-head here in the Double-A championship game of the year. What a game it's going to be. We've got Ryan Frick from the A's on the hill, and he's going to be pitching towards the Marlins here. The Marlins order leading off is number 8, Jacob Tudor. Number 5, Josh Wynn hitting second. Jacob Mullen hitting third in the cleanup spot. Kevin Trin hitting with the number 4 on his back. Spencer Pratt wearing number 3, hitting 5. Hitting 6 is Sean Reiner. He's wearing number 7. And hitting in the 7th spot, Brody Pfeiffer. Number 8, Alex Ibeda. Caton Hall. Then Phil Park, Johnny Pinko, and Kev McInnes. Rounding off the Marlins batting order. We've got a little bit of an overcast day this afternoon, which should bode for a very good hitting afternoon. Anytime the sun is not shining directly on the field is always a good day for the hitters. So as the umpires and coaches and catchers give their final instructions and the final words to the teams, we'll get going here in just moments, in a moment's time. I'll tell you what, though, both teams really looked fantastic in warm-ups. Infields looked very sharp. We've got a cannon over there on third base for the A's. He's got a cannon for an arm. The Marlins, they were just fantastic during warm-ups. Every guy looks as sharp as can be, as well they should be here in the Double-A Championship Series. So Ryan Frick on the bump for the A's. Jacob Tudor at bat for the Marlins as we await the first pitch of this Double-A championship game. Tudor, first pitch swinging, deep in the hole is short. There's the throw, and he's safe at first. Tudor, seeing the ball goes by, the first baseman heads off to second. Safe at second base is Jacob Tudor. A leadoff single advances to second on the error. Josh Wynn now sitting in a pretty good position. The lefty Wynn watches the first pitch go by, ball 1. The Marlins very aggressive here in the first inning. First pitch swinging was Tudor. Josh Wynn a little more patient at the plate. 2 balls and no strikes. That leadoff single might have shaken Ryan Frick just a tad. We'll see how he comes back and reacts. He comes back with the high heater. Swinging through it is Josh Wynn for the first strike of the game. Frick missing just high and outside. Pass ball. And Jacob Tudor advances to third. So 3 balls and a strike to Josh Wynn. He's got to come after him right here. He just misses, so that means Wynn ends up on first base. Tudor still on third. And now hitting in the 3 spot is Jacob Mullen. Pass ball, here comes the runner from third. Tudor, the speedy Jacob Tudor scores on the pass ball. Right away, the Marlins take the lead 1-0, and on along the lines of that pass ball, Josh Wynn ends up on second base. So Frick struggling just a bit here in the first inning, missing just a tad high as the 3-hitter hits a high major league fly ball to the first baseman. Jake Goodman grabs it, snags it for the first out of the game. So when on second base, Kevin Trin, the big cleanup hitter, sets his feet in the box. Nice relaxed stance. Here comes the pitch from Frick. 1-1 count. Kevin Trin is a really nice relaxed stance. Look at his feet and his arms. Bat just nice and relaxed in his hands. Keeps his weight back very nicely. Gets his hips involved in that swing. Although he's down 2 strikes here with 1 out in the first inning. Looks like Ryan Frick on the hill for the A's, really settling into his own here. Throwing some good pitches. It's a low cue shot there. Kevin Trin swinging at anything close here with 2 strikes. Frick way ahead in the count here. Tries with the high heat, just misses inside. A great setup pitch. We'll see where he comes back here. And there's a line shot down the right field line. The ball rolling all the way to the fence. Looks like Trin heading for third. There's the throw. There's the play. Goes past the cutoff man. Trin going for home. The play at the plate. Gets past the catcher. And Kevin Trin makes it all the way around for the 3rd run of the inning and the 3rd run of the game. Marlins lead 3-0 already in the first inning. Well, an unfortunate series of events there for the A's. Missing that cutoff man was a crucial error as Kevin Trin rounds the bases and the Marlins take the lead 3-0 here in the first inning. Spencer Pratt now at bat. It was actually a very good pitch by Ryan Frick with 2 strikes on Kevin Trin. A high outside ball. Trin just went with the pitch, high and outside, kept his bat behind his hands, allowed that ball to come in over the plate before he actually swung and made excellent contact, did what he had to do with 2 strikes. Sure enough, ended up with a, well, it was a triple with an error, creating a little bit of a home run there. A makeshift home run for Kevin Trin. Spencer Pratt now way ahead in the count. The lefty Pratt wearing number 3. And Frick on the hill wearing number 3. Pratt, a pop fly to the infield. Second base there, grabs it at his shoelaces. That's a shoelace catch. So 2 outs in the first inning. Marlins ahead 3-0. Sean Reiner wearing number 7 at bat. The righty Weiner watches the first pitch strike go by. Frick with the delivery. The swing right up the middle. Over to second in the hole. And a wise decision by the second baseman not to throw that ball. He was deep in the hole. And the speedy Sean Reiner ends up on first base with a single. Brody Pfeiffer now at bat, wearing number 2. Another swing right back up the middle, a hot shot back to the pitcher. That's a 1-3 third out. Marlins lead 3-0. The home team, the A's, coming up next. Ryan Frick, Tom Martinson, and Casey McCormick leading things off for the A's in the bottom half of the first inning. Stay with us. Welcome back to the bottom half of the first inning here. As the trumpet blares here in the bottom half of the first for the A's, Ryan Frick, the pitcher for the A's, leads off the inning. Followed by Tom Martinson, Casey McCormick, and Taylor Dyte. A swing and a miss by Frick. Jacob Mullen on the hill for the Marlins. Gets way ahead of Frick with 2 strikes. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Frick. Mullen, nice and smooth, easy motion there. A low impact pitcher, but high velocity. Keeps his hand nice on top of the ball as he throws. Generally, that means he'll have some pretty good accuracy in today's game. We'll see how long he lasts on the hill. Ryan Frick leading things off for the A's here. Works the count even, 2-2. Strike three, swing and a miss. So Jacob Mullen records his first strikeout of the game. So Tom Martinsing now in the first inning. Number 2 hitter. He's not the tallest guy in the world, so his strike zone is going to be pretty small over there. We'll see how Jacob Mullen reacts to this small strike zone. I'd imagine that Martinson's on-base percentage is pretty high these days. He's way up in the box. There's the pitch, just high. That's ball 3. So with 4 straight balls to Martinson, he ends up on first base. So with Martinson on first, a pass ball. The speedy Martinson showing off his wheels, taking off for second base. Casey McCormick, the 3-hole hitter, at bat right now. McCormick ahead in the count. Here comes the fastball. Right at him, a swing and a miss. The infield looks like they're playing about halfway in, trying to stop that runner on second from advancing to third on anything in the infield. And Mullen back on the hill. Just low and outside. A wise look by Casey McCormick. McCormick now ahead in the count, looking for something he can hit. And that ball's over his head. That's a look out, watch out. Here comes my high heater pitch. So another walk by Mullen. Runners on first and second now. Martinsing on second, McCormick on first. And Taylor Dyke, wearing number 7, stepping into the batter's box. Dyke, the cleanup hitter, takes the first pitch strike. Marlins infield really playing in now, looking for that force play at any base. They do have one out here in the bottom half of the first inning. A big swing and a miss by Taylor Dyke. Dyke looking to really connect here. They really need to get some runs going to get that momentum back in their favor. Mullen, there's the windup and the pitch. A swing and a foul tip by Taylor Dyke. I think Taylor is starting to dial in now on Jacob Mullen's fastball. Each one seems to get closer and closer. First he fouled off in the dirt. That one went straight back. Whenever a batter fouls a ball off and it goes straight back, that means he's right on the pitch. Bat squared up to the ball, just missing it by an eighth of an inch. There goes both runners, stealing second and third. The throw down to third, the tag, and he's out of there. Caught stealing is Tom Martinson. But in the process, Casey McCormick winds up on second base. So Tom Martinson thrown out, caught stealing for the second out of the inning. Taylor Dyke once again fighting pitches off, staying alive in there. He's got a runner on second base, 1 duck on the pond here in the bottom half of the first inning. And a called third strike on Taylor Dyke. No thanks, just looking. That's the third out of the inning, and the first inning is complete here. Marlins still lead 3-0. This is Scott Hall with George Landsman Video Production. Stay with us. We'll be right back with the top half of the second inning. So we're back in the top half of the second inning. The Marlins taking a forceful 3-0 lead in the first inning. Ryan Frick, wearing number 3, still on the mound for the A's. Alex Ibeda for the Marlins leading things off here, followed by Caton Hall and Phil Park. So Ibeda taking the pitch inside there, jumping back. That's what they call a little chin music in there. And Frick with the pitch, just a bit outside. Taking another ball is Alex Ibeda. And Ibeda with a line shot in the gap, right in the middle of the outfield there. Ibeda rounding first, heading towards second. Ibeda rounding second, heading for third. And Dyke from the A's running that ball in. The Marlins with a leadoff triple by Alex Ibeda. Caton Hall now stepping into the box for the Marlins. Alex Ibeda with a line shot triple, showing off his wheels. Ends up on third base. Once again, the Marlins really just attacking the ball from Ryan Frick. So it looks like time is called. And I think they're deciding whether or not the runner actually stepped on first base, or second base rather. So they're going to throw the ball over to second base. They step on the bag. The umpire says he's safe, and that the runner really did step on the bag. So all is fine in the land of the Double-A championship game here. Frick still on the bump, missing just high. So Caton Hall ahead in the count here with a runner on third base. Frick with the fastball. Hall with a big swing and a miss. Frick with the windup and the delivery. There's a strike into Caton Hall. So a 2-2 count to Caton Hall. He's got to be swinging at anything close here. Right down the middle, Hall watches that ball go by for strike 3. That's the first out of the inning. Ryan Frick starting to settle into his own there. Maybe a little shaken up after that first inning, but now he's starting to settle down. Phil Park wearing number 1 at bat. Watches the first pitch go by for ball 1. So an even count here, 1 ball, 1 strike. Frick just missing again on the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike to Phil Park. This is a hitter's count, looking for his fastball right down the middle. A big swing and a miss again. Phil Park here evens up the count, 2-2. Runner on third base, looking to hit the ball to the opposite field. Just over the head of Phil Park. That's ball 3. The count's full. Runner on third base. Marlins leading 3-0 here in the top half of the second inning. Ryan Frick on the hill. Here's the full count delivery. A high pitch, swing and a miss by Phil Park. That was probably going to be ball 4 for Park. I think his eyes got pretty big and juicy there. Anytime a ball comes in around eye height, the ball looks so big. Just looks like you can crush it, but sure enough, those are the toughest pitches to hit. Because the ball's so close to your eyes in eye level, the ball actually looks bigger than it really is. As if the ball were low and at the ankles, the ball would look smaller then. So it's very, very common that guys are swinging and missing at high pitches. So with Phil Park striking out, that's the second out of the inning. Johnny Pinko at bat here. After a leadoff triple, Pinko wearing number 12, swing and a miss. In the hole here, he's protecting the plate. 2 outs in the top half of the second inning. Here's the 2-strike pitch. Swing and a miss. Rather, that was the 1-strike pitch. Well, there you go. Yes, it is the 3rd strike pitch. We thought we had it right up here in the box. So after a leadoff triple, Ryan Frick strikes out the side for an amazing second inning. We'll be right back with the bottom half of the second. Kevin McKay, Jake Goodman, and Torrey Grant coming up for the A's. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back, folks, to the bottom half of the second inning. It's McKay, Goodman, and Grant up for the A's. Jacob Mullen, rather, on the hill for the Marlins. The hard-throwing Mullen had a very good first inning. Struck out 2 of the 4 batters he faced. And starts off Kevin McKay with a strike. The Marlins took a very ferocious 3-0 lead in the first inning and have kept that lead so far. Mullen just keeping him honest. So foul ball, 2-2 count here to Kevin McKay. McKay is the number 5 hitter for the A's. He takes very good swings in there. Nice and relaxed in the box. Keeps his weight back. There's a high fastball. Ducking out of the way is the umpire. So a full count here to McKay. Mullen with the delivery. There's the fastball I was talking about. That heater strikes out McKay for the first out of the inning. Jake Goodman comes to the plate here with 1 out in the bottom half of the second. The A's really need to start getting something going here pretty soon. Jacob Mullen once again with the fastball right on the outside corner. Maybe had a little bit of a cutter to that, as the catcher seemed to have a little bit of trouble hanging on to it. And Mullen once again with the delivery. And there's a little high chopper right over the first baseman. Says, no problem, I'll do it myself. So 2 outs here in the bottom half of the second. Torrey Grant up to bat. Sean Reiner, wearing number 7 over there at first base, made a very nice play. Those high choppers are real tough sometimes, especially on a skinned infield. You know, they can hit a bump or a rock or something at any time and take a funny hop. So he did an excellent job keeping his body behind the ball, knocking it down, keeping his glove up right there as the high chopper comes into his stomach. So he did a wonderful job there. That was Sean Reiner on first base. Jacob Mullen just missing high to Torrey Grant. So Mullen trying to compensate after a high pitch with a pitch that bounces just in front of the plate. You'll oftentimes see pitchers do that, where they wind up overcompensating after a pitch. God, it was a great setup pitch, as a matter of fact, because he burns a fastball in there. That's Mullen's 4th strikeout of the day, and we're only in the second inning. And a 1-2-3 inning for Mullen. The Marlins still lead 3-0 as we head into the bottom half here, or the top half, rather, of the third inning. Coming up for the Marlins, Kev McInnes, Jacob Tudor, and Josh Wynn. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Top half of the third coming up. So here we are in the top half of the third inning. We've got Kev McInnes leading things off for the Marlins. Kev jumping after that first pitch, really wanting to get things going. As you see, Michelle Tudor racing out there to be the first base coach. And Kev McInnes really aggressive here in the top half of the third inning. So McInnes watches that first ball go by, evening up the count at 1-1. And a big swing by McInnes. He's looking to add some more runs to the scoreboard with swings like that. Going for all or nothing there. Now he's behind the count 1-2, so he should be a little more protective of the plate. And a little looper right back to the pitcher. And McInnes is the first out of the third inning. So Jacob Tudor, the leadoff hitter, wearing number 8, had a single the back in the first inning, advanced to second on an overthrow to first, and a pass ball ended up on third. And using his wheels on a second pass ball of that first inning, wound up at home for scoring the first run of the game. So Jacob Tudor, the compact leadoff hitter, watches a ball go by around eye level. Those are so tough to lay off of, but Tudor, the experienced ball player that he is, watches that pitch go by. There's the pitch. Once again, another high pitch. A new pitcher on the mound for the A's. And it looks like he's having a little trouble bringing that ball down into the strike zone. And a big swing sitting back. Looked like that was some sort of changeup, something off speed. And Tudor did a nice job sitting back on the ball, letting the ball come to him. He just missed it by 1/8 of an inch, but an excellent swing there by Tudor. Tudor takes a pitch, a line drive up the middle in the gap. There goes Brennan from the A's. The ball goes under the fence. That'll be called a ground rule double. Brennan Cobb from the A's racing after that ball, trying to cut it off, but the ball ended up going through the fence. So Jacob Tudor, a single back in the first and a double here in the third. So Tudor having a great game so far in this Double-A championship game. So with a runner on second, Josh Wen, who walked back in the first inning, comes to bat with 1 out here in the top half of the third inning. So another pass ball, and the speedy Tudor, that's why he's the leadoff guy, ends up on third base. So with Tudor on third, he's always a threat for a pass ball, so the pitcher has to be very aware of the runner on third and where he's pitching the ball. And the lefty Wen, if he can pull this ball, Tudor might score from third. So I'm sure he's looking for something inside or high that he can pull, something he can really get his bat through. Here's the pitch. Fighting off that pitch inside. The fastball caught him on the hands, handcuffed him. If he was swinging a wooden bat, he might have some kindling in his hand. It didn't, but a nice job fighting that pitch off. Josh Wen, wearing number 5. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That's the second out of the third inning. Here comes the Marlins pitcher, Jacob Mullen. Mullen with a great fastball. This guy's got something special on the mound, especially today. He struck out 4 already in 2 innings. And really all you need is a good fastball. If you can locate that fastball, work it inside, outside, up and down, you can be a very, very effective pitcher. In fact, even in high school and at the collegiate level, fastball changeup is really all you need. And Jacob Mullen sure has that fastball. So here's the pitch, just high for a ball. So Mullen way ahead in the count here. 2 outs, runner. It's a great scoring opportunity. Just high. So again, location, location, location is so important for a pitcher. There was a, when I played in college, there was actually a pitcher that only threw fastball changeup but could locate everything. His ERA was under 2. Jacob Mullen with a big swing and a foul ball. So really, it's all about location, working hitters inside, outside, fastball, changeup, keeping them off balance. Really, that's what you want to do as a pitcher. So here's a pitch to Mullen. Beats that ball into the ground right to second base. They underhand it, flip over to first, and that's the third out of the top half of the third inning. We'll be right back, folks. The Marlins still in the lead, 3-0 as we head into the bottom half. A's coming up to bat here. Dino Shasahagic, Brennan Cobb, and Derek Nguyen. All at bat for the A's. Stay with us. And welcome back to the bottom half of the third inning. We've got Dino Shasahagic up at bat. Jacob Mullen, the hard-throwing Mullen, still on the hill for the Marlins. Mullen so far with 4 strikeouts in 2 innings, keeping his pitch count nice and low. Shasahagic swinging through that pitch. So a 3-0 lead for the Marlins. The A's at bat here in the bottom half of the third. The A's are the home team in this game, so they will have last chance at bat. Mullen with that fastball once again, burning it in there for a strike. Shasahagic, I think, thought that might have been a tad low, but the catcher did a nice job of framing the ball. Mullen painting the black out there. That looked pretty good from our angle, but the umpire behind the plate calls that a ball. Mullen trying to hit every corner that he can there. Runs the count full to Dino Shasahagic. Coach yelling him to go right after him, and he does with a high heater for the first strikeout of the third inning. So Mullen burns him down there for the first out. Next up, Brennan Cobb. Now, if you have a last name of Cobb, you know you're going to be a baseball player. So that should just be a given. Wearing number 5 is Cobb as he comes to bat here in the bottom half of the third. Watches the first ball go by. Jacob Mullen painting the black there on the outside corner. Mullen evens the count at 1-1. So Brennan Cobb a little fooled there. It looks like that Jacob Mullen may have taken something off that pitch, maybe pulled the string back on a changeup. Mullen now trying for the fastball high. Couldn't get Brennan Cobb to bite, so 2-ball count over to Cobb. Coach once again telling him to go right after him. Looks like he's just starting to aim that ball in there, trying to just push it in for a strike. If he just sits back and throws that fastball like he knows how, he should be able to put it right where he wants it. There it is. Great pitch by Jacob Mullen. Looked like they had a little bite to it also. Brennan Cobb lucky to foul that ball off. The infield for the Marlins playing in, just daring Cobb to hit it by him. Trusting their pitcher, Jacob Mullen. There's that fastball. Low and ball 4. Mullen doesn't like that call one bit, but he walks Brennan Cobb, so Derek Nguyen at bat now. They've got the trumpet in the background. The support from the A's is there as Derek Nguyen comes to bat, watches the first strike go by. So a runner on first. Brennan Cobb, Derek Nguyen at bat. This is really only the second base runner and a pass ball. And Brennan Cobb ends up on second base. So this is the third base runner of the game for the A's. As Derek Nguyen pops it out to the second baseman for the second out of the inning. And Nathan Schauf, wearing number 12, will come to bat for the A's. So Nathan Schauf comes up with 2 outs, a runner in scoring position. There's Mullen getting that strike at the knees there. That's a great spot, a pitcher's pitch for Mullen. If he can keep that ball down there all day, he'll be extremely successful. And really working Schauf well. That low strike, then the high heater. We'll see how he sets him up here, if he tries to go right after him, if he gets him in a setup pitch. He goes right after him. Looked like a breaking ball there for strike 3. And once again, another strikeout. I tell you what, this kid's good, Jacob Mullen. He's got 6 strikeouts through 3 innings. And the Marlins still ahead 3-0 as we head into the top half of the 4th inning. Stay with us, folks. We'll be right back with the Marlins at bat. Leading things off for the Marlins here in the top half of the 4th inning is a cleanup hitter, Kevin Trin. Trin, who scored back in the 1st inning. He takes ball 1. Trin is a cleanup hitter, never really liking to come up with no runners on base. Cleanup hitters love it when there's a couple ducks on the pond. So Trin swinging through that pitch, fouling it off for strike 1. Trin nice and relaxed, keeping his weight back, bat moving. Takes ball 2. So Trin ahead in the count now, looking for a fastball, looking for something in his zone that he can hit. Trin line, the ball hits the fence. Trin heading for second, rounding second, heading for third. Trin rounding third, looking to come home. That's a home run for Kevin Trin. Marlins taking the lead 4-0. And what a line shot that was. Kevin Trin just connected. I mean, that was location, location, location there. It was painting the chalk there down the right field line. Kevin Trin, the speedy Trin, really took advantage of that play. So Trin taking care of business himself with a home run here in the top half of the 4th inning. Marlins lead 4-0 as Spencer Pratt comes to the plate. The lefty Pratt flew out to the second baseman back in the 1st inning. Coming up with nobody out, no runners on. See if we can't get a little rally going here for the Marlins as he watches the first pitch go by, high for a ball. So Pratt swinging through that pitch, the high heater. Looking to jump on a ball here. Foul tip, but the catcher caught it. So again, another strike. A little behind in the count now is Spencer Pratt. He should be protecting the plate. Anything close now, you'll see him swinging. That ball wasn't even close, so a wise decision on Pratt's behalf to lay off the pitch. Just outside, that's ball 4. So Pratt ends up on first base with a walk after falling behind. An excellent at-bat. So Sean Reiner at the plate here. He had a single back in the 1st inning. Sean Reiner wearing number 7. Marlins lead 4-0. They scored 3 runs in the 1st, 1 run so far in the 4th. And they've got a little bit of a rally going here. Pitch just high for a ball. So Pratt on first base, nobody out. And Sean Reiner watches another pitch go by. Marlins lead 4-0 here, top half of the 4th inning. A's pitcher just trying to get that ball over the plate at this point. Having a little trouble bringing it down into the strike zone. See if he can't settle down here and start throwing some strikes. That's all it takes is throwing strikes, and you'll get the guy swinging and a miss by Sean Reiner. Throwing strikes is the name of the game for pitchers these days. And a high shot, high fly ball to deep right field. Goes over the right fielder's head, just to the wall. Little confusion there on the bases. Looked like Spencer Pratt was going to tag up there for a moment. Sean Reiner with a double, though, advancing Pratt all the way over to third base. Runners on second and third, nobody out. Sean Reiner with an excellent double there. Here comes Brady Pfeiffer at bat. Pfeiffer grounded out. Grounded out to the pitcher back in the first inning. Two ducks on the pond here for the Marlins. Brody Pfeiffer at bat. You can see how he keeps his weight back, right, nice and good. Man, that's a good swing right there. Pops up to the pitcher, an excellent play, almost a diving catch by the A's pitcher. So Brody flies out to the pitcher, and that's the first out of the fourth inning. Coming up next is Alex Abeyta. Abeyta takes a strike. Abeyta had a triple back in the second inning. Really got that second inning going, but ended up had the side strike out there, 1-2-3 after that triple. We'll see if they can't get something going here. Abeyta, two runners in scoring position, runners on second and third. That's Pratt on third, Reiner on second, and Abeyta at plate. And Abeyta with a big swing. That's a strikeout there. That's a second out of the inning. So Caton Hall at bat here. Hall struck out back in the second inning. And this is a line shot up the middle. That'll score one, maybe two. And it sure does. Caton Hall with a single and 2 RBIs. So Caton Hall with a big hit there, really breaking this game wide open in the fourth inning. Now the Marlins lead 6-0 in this AA championship game. Phil Park now at bat with 2 outs, looking for a good 2-out rally here. They got something going. Phil Park takes ball 1. Pass ball, there goes Caton Hall to second base. The throw not in time. Hall gets to second, safely standing up. So Phil Park now looking for a pitch that he can hit. Got a runner in scoring position. If he gets his ball to the outfield, they might just get another run this inning. Looking for that 2-out rally here in the top half of the fourth inning. Fastball just inside, catches the black for a strike. Staying alive is Phil Park. Chopping that ball off now with 2 strikes, just protecting the plate. Anything close here, he's going to be swinging. There's a line shot to the first baseman. Gets by him, so Park winds up on first. That ball does end up in the outfield. So Caton Hall scores all the way from second base. Excellent base running by Caton Hall and Phil Park. Once Phil saw that ball get by the first baseman, the outfielder kind of jumbled the ball just a little bit, took advantage of it, ends up on second base. So Johnny Pinko at bat now, and the Marlins lead 7-0 here in the fourth inning. There's a foul ball into the crowd. That's a souvenir for a fan. So Pinko fouling that ball off. Did a nice job fouling it off, too, actually. It was a little bit of an outside pitch there. Kept his hands behind the ball. Connected with it. Just trying to punch that ball into right field. Barely missed it. Balling it up in foul territory. So a nice job in there by Johnny Pinko. So Pinko with a big swing, looking to score. Phil Park standing on second base with that swing. So Pinko with a real thin stance. There goes Park off to third base. That's a stolen base for Phil Park. He ends up on third. And Pinko ends up on first with a walk. Kev McInnes now at bat for the Marlins, as the manager comes out to console the pitcher for the A's. I think he's just telling them at this point, hey, look, hey, no problem. You got runners on first and third. You have 2 outs here in this inning. But it looks like the pitcher's a little disappointed there with himself. He maybe even asked him to take him out for the good of the team there. So the coach comes over, brings in a new pitcher. Looks like that's Taylor Dite on the hill here. Taylor, the righty. Dite wearing number 7, taking his warm-up pitches. Dite has a little bit of a 3/4 motion on his fastball, so which basically means that his arm is not directly over his shoulder. He kind of leaves it out just a little bit at about a 90-degree angle or so. So the ball will come out of his fingertips just a little bit on a 3/4 angle. Why this is effective is that it creates a little more of an awkward spin on the ball. It creates a little bit of a tail on his fastball. So you might see a few of the hitters kind of jumping out of the box or swinging and missing, fouling a lot of balls. I see a lot of guys in the big leagues these days with real good tailing fastballs, and it makes it very difficult for hitters to hit. And one of the reasons is because of that 3/4 pitching motion like Taylor Dite has here today. So we'll see if that turns out to be an effective motion for him or not. But he's coming in with runners on first and third, 2 outs. And he's got the last hitter in the lineup for the Marlins, Kev McInnes, coming up, as the sun is just barely breaking through these clouds here in a beautiful June morning here in Scripps Ranch, California. This is Scott Hall with George Langevin Video Productions. And the Marlins taking a very fierce 7-0 lead in the top half of the 4th inning. So McInnes takes ball 1, and Dite on the mound. The big 3/4 motion. You see that ball really tailing, jumping in there. Pass ball, and there goes Johnny Pinko taking off for second base. So they actually have 2 runners now in scoring position. Probably not exactly what Taylor Dite had in mind, but regardless, he heads back to the hill to face Kev McInnes, wearing number 10. McInnes watches that high strike go by. Infield for the A's ready. Here's the pitch. Just misses the corner. Kev McInnes with a walk. So we got the bases juiced here in the top half of the 4th inning. The leadoff hitter, Jacob Tudor, comes up. Bases loaded, 2 outs, top half of the 4th inning. There's the pitch that he takes high for a strike. Tudor with those quick hands. He's been known to hit the ball to the right side before. He had a single back in the first, a double in the third. Big swing and a miss by Jacob Tudor. I think he's thinking grand salami there. Got a short fence out here in the outfield. It's not unreachable, that's for sure. Tudor going after that high heater. That's the 3rd strike and the 3rd out of the inning. So Tudor goes down on strikes with the bases loaded. Not before they score 4 runs in the 4th inning, though. We'll be right back here. Marlins lead 7-0. Bottom half of the 4th coming up. Welcome back, folks, to the AA championship game. We got the Marlins and A's. Marlins leading 7-0 here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. We got Lorenzo Catequese at bat for the first time this game. Jacob Mullen pitched the first 3 innings for the Marlins, struck out 6, no runs scored, had an excellent first 3 innings. We've got a new pitcher on the mound, though, Jacob Tudor, wearing number 8, who's 2 for 3 on the day at the plate. So Tudor, the lefty, lefties are a rare gem these days. They've got an excellent natural tail to their fastball. They're tough pitchers to hit, so we'll see how Jacob Tudor fares today as he leads off here in the 4th inning on the hill. And Lorenzo Catequese at bat here as the trumpet blares once again for the A's crowd. They're doing a great job of supporting their team. Catequese, foul tip, knocks that ball right down the first base line. First base coach hot on the ticket there as he keeps his fielding percentage high. And a ball low and in the dirt. Strike 3 for Catequese. He swung through it. Thought maybe he might have foul tipped that ball, but ended up not. So Catequese goes back to the dugout. Ryan Frick, the original pitcher for the A's, struck out in the first inning for the first out of the game. Comes at bat here with nobody on, 1 out in the top half of the 4th inning, trailing 7-0. Frick taking that ball. Tudor on the hill, the crafty lefty. As there's a chopper down the first base line, no problem. Frick is out here for the 2nd out of the 4th inning. So the number 2 hitter, Tom Martinson, comes to bat. Martinson walked in the first inning, advanced to 2nd on a pass ball, and was caught stealing, going to 3rd. That was way back in the first inning. There's a strike. He's got a tough strike zone in there, but the crafty lefty Jacob Tudor finds a way to weasel that ball in there for a strike. And there's a high chopper over to 2nd base, unassisted. No problem at all. That's the 3rd out of the inning. Unassisted, that's to the 2nd base. Tom Martinson ends the inning for the A's. Due up next for the Marlins, the number 2, 3, 4 hitters, Josh Wynn, Jacob Mullen, and Kevin Trin. We'll be looking for good things out of those guys. Coming up in the top half of the 5th. Stay with us, folks. We'll be right back. So leading off the top half of the 5th inning is the number 2 hitter, Josh Wynn. Wynn with a beautiful swing there, just fouling the ball off straight up into the cage. Wynn ended up walking back in the first inning, struck out in the 3rd. There's a chance to redeem himself here in the 5th. As a leadoff hitter, hoping to get something going with a big swing and a miss. That ball was up over his head. But like I said earlier, those balls are so tough to lay off of. So Taylor Dite on the hill still for the A's as he misses just outside with a real good fastball. Taylor Dite has a little gas behind his fastball. He can really chuck it in there. Just misses high as Dite shakes that ball off. So Marlins lead 7-0, looking to add on to it as Josh Wen does an excellent job of fighting that pitch off. With 2 strikes, you really have to be careful out there. Anything close you're swinging at. And if it's not a good pitch and it's just something that could be a strike, could be a ball, you better be swinging at it. And if you know how to foul pitches off and just wait for that good pitch, you're waiting for that pitcher to make that mistake with 2 strikes. You're waiting for him to throw that ball where he's trying to paint the black on the outside or the inside, and he misses by a few inches, ends up running that ball over the middle of the plate. Or in that case, an excellent at-bat by Josh Wen as he takes the walk, ball 4, ends up on first base as the leadoff hitter of the 5th inning. Now the number 3 hitter, Jacob Mullen, comes to bat. Strong right-handed hitter, takes ball 1. And Josh Wen thought about going to second base. Michelle Tudor over there telling him, hey, you know what? If you don't think you can make it, don't worry about it. No reason to get risky there. There's a pass ball. This time, Wen's heading for second. There's a throw. Wen slides into second safely on the pass ball. So maybe some wise words there by Michelle Tudor, the first base coach, saying, hey, look, if that ball gets by, take off, man. We're up 7 runs. Let's try and really break this thing wide open. And if Wen gets thrown out at second when they're up 7 runs, it's really nothing hurt on their part. Now if it's a 1-run ball game or they're behind by 1 or 2 runs, may not be the wisest thing to do, but at this point, I think they're trying to get as many runs as they possibly can here in the 5th inning. So Jacob Mullen now at bat, looking for a pitch to really crack here. Takes a strike. He's got 1 runner in scoring position. Gets a ball to the outfield here, and we could be looking at an 8-0 game. Tyler Dite with a pitch, high, ball 4. That's 2 walks to lead off the 5th inning. They say that 80% of all walks score. We'll see if that statistic is true as Kevin Trin comes to bat here. Trin had a home run back in the 4th inning. That's why he's the cleanup hitter. So Tyler Dite with a high ball there. That's I think 6 or 8 balls in a row for him. So I'm sure they're going to be just hanging out here, waiting for him to throw a strike. Runners on first and second. Big swing. He was looking to drill that ball into the next zip code. Kevin Trin hit that home run back in the 4th. Looks like he was trying to duplicate the effort there. Tyler Dite might have got a little surprise there at that swing. Comes right back at him. No fear as Tyler Dite comes right at him with a fastball. And Kevin Trin can't quite connect on that one as he fouls it off as well. Down 2 strikes now. See what Kevin Trin can do with 2 strikes on him. Dite with the windup and the pitch. Strikes him out. That's the first out of the 5th inning. That's a big strikeout for Tyler Dite. Kevin Trin goes down looking. Spencer Pratt now comes to bat. Pratt walked and flew out to the second baseman. There's the pitch and a big swing. He comes up with 2 runners on and 1 out here in the top half of the 5th inning. An excellent chance here to advance the runners and get something going here for the Marlins. And a big fly ball to right field. The right fielder comes in and the ball just goes barely over his head. The runners advance. Here comes the runner around third. The throw, the play at the plate, and he's safe. Josh Wen scores from second base on a high fly ball. And the runners keep advancing there, so Jacob Mullen ends up on third and Spencer Pratt ends up on second base. So another run scores. That's 8-0 Marlins here at the top half of the 5th. Sean Reiner with a line drive into left field and a caught ball. Holy smokes, what a beautiful play by the left fielder of the A's, coming in, catching those line drives. Those are tough balls to catch. Brody Pfeiffer now at bat. Brody grounded out to the pitcher and flew out to the pitcher. At least he's hitting the ball right back up the middle. If he does this again, they might wind up scoring yet another run. That ball goes behind him on a pass ball. There goes the runner over to third, sliding in, throw not in time. And Spencer Pratt winds up on third base. So it's 9-0 here in the 5th inning. Runner on third base. We've got the 10th run sitting there just waiting to come on in. Yeah, Brody Pfeiffer at bat. There's the pitch right down the middle for a strike. So Pfeiffer, an expert today of hitting the ball back up the middle. Swing and a miss, looking to get the bat on that ball. Looked like Tyler Dyke took something off it, pulled the string back, maybe put a little cutter on it, but definitely threw the weight off of Brody Pfeiffer. Right up the middle once again. That ball gets through, scores Spencer Pratt. That's a single for Brody Pfeiffer. So 10-0 here in the 5th inning. Brody Pfeiffer with a single. And he just seems to be a master at hitting the ball up the middle. Alex Abeyta now with a triple back in the 2nd inning, struck out in the 4th. Comes to bat here with a 10-0 lead. And Brody Pfeiffer over on first base. A pass ball. There's the throw down to second. The runner taken off, and he stands up safe. Brody Pfeiffer stands up with a pass ball, stolen base. And another runner in scoring position for the Marlins. Swing and a miss. Taylor Dyke now ahead in the count. Dyke's throwing strikes, but the Marlins are just wailing on these balls. Inside there for a ball. Taylor Dyke now falling behind just a tad. Missing just high for ball 4. So Caton Hall comes to bat now. He had a single back in the 4th, struck out in the 2nd. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Runners on first and second. Big swing by Hall. Took something off that, maybe just enough, and a hot shot past the shortstop. That'll score 1. There's the throw, there's the play at the plate. Now runners just keep on advancing there. So beautifully done there by the Marlins. Excellent base running. That's a single for Caton Hall. That was a hot shot to the shortstop. Unable to handle it by the A's. That'll score Brody Pfeiffer. And Alex Abeyta ends up on 3rd. Caton Hall ends up on 2nd. Phil Park now at bat. Phil struck out in 2nd. Had a single back in the 4th. Advanced to 2nd on an error. Ended up on 3rd base before getting stranded there in the 4th inning. So 1 for 2 on the day is Phil Park. Taylor Dyke with the delivery. There's the pitch. And a strike for Dyke. So important for Dyke to stay ahead of these hitters. That first pitch strike is so important. There's a hard chopper back to the pitcher. And that's a 1-3 out to end the inning. Phil Park ends the inning for the Marlins, but not before they score 4 runs in the 5th. And just broke this game wide open here. The A's coming to bat here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. This is Scott Hall for George Langevin Video Productions. And we'll see what we can do about the A's here coming to bat. Looks like they'll have one more chance as a home team to hit. As the managers just have a little conference here at the mound. We'll be right back with the bottom half of the 5th inning. Stay with us. So welcome back, folks, to the bottom half of the fifth inning. Marlins leading 11-0 over the A's in the Double-A championship game. This is Scott Hall for George Langevin Video Productions. And looks like we're leading off here with Casey McCormick, Taylor Dite, and Kevin McKay. It's a 3-4-5 hitters for the A's. Trying to get something going here. They desperately need to start putting some runs on the board to keep this game going. Jacob Tudor still on the hill for the Marlins. Tudor had an excellent fourth inning. We'll see if he can come back and duplicate that into the fifth. A swing and a miss. Jacob Tudor. Rather, that was ball four, so looks like Casey McCormick ends up on first base. Lead off runners. That's what the A's need here. Taylor Dite. The pitcher for the A's now at bat. There goes the runner. And he's out of there. A beautiful throw by the catcher. Caught stealing is Casey McCormick. That's the first out of the fifth inning. So the Marlins proving they can do it pitching, proving they can do it hitting, they're proving that they can do it behind the plate. They're doing an excellent job today, both offensively and defensively. And that's one of the reasons why they're leading right now, 11-0. And Jacob Tudor once again drilling that fastball in there time after time again, staying ahead of the hitters, which is just probably the single most important thing a pitcher can do in baseball, is getting that fastball over and throwing strikes. There's a breaking ball by Tudor for strike three. It's a second out of the inning for the Marlins. Kevin McKay now coming to bat. McKay struck out back in the second inning. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Nobody on, 2 outs here in the Double-A championship game. The crafty lefty Tudor on the mound. Kevin McKay takes strike one here with 2 outs in the bottom half of the fifth inning. A low breaking ball, something off speed there, hit the plate, but swinging through is Kevin McKay. Sometimes those low off speed pitches are real tough to lay off of. They look like they're just going to float right in there, and you want to just take a good crack at it. But unfortunately, when it hits the plate, it makes it a little more difficult to hit. So McKay, the hitter, with 2 outs. And Tudor trying to get him to bite. He'd go fishing for a high fastball. And McKay said, you know what, I'm going to lay off that pitch, waiting for something a little more juicy. Tudor just missed the outside corner there. I think the catcher really wanted that pitch, but Tudor makes his way back to the rubber. There's the pitch. Low for a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out here. Bottom half of the fifth inning. Marlins leading 11-0. And Tudor with the windup. There's the delivery and the pitch. And a line drive right over the second base bag to the center fielder. Marlins win by a 10-run rule in the bottom half of the fifth inning. 11-0, folks. There you have it. The Marlins with an excellent day at bat, scoring 11 runs. Kevin Trin with a home run. All day long, every single hitter really got a chance to take a good crack at the ball. They capitalized on every opportunity. What a day the Marlins have had. The pitching has just been fantastic. Jacob Mullen struck out 6 in 3 innings. Jacob Tudor came back, pitched the final 2 innings, struck out 2 hitters, didn't allow a single hit all day long. There was a no-hit shutout, a combined no-hit shutout for the Marlins pitchers, Jacob Mullen and Jacob Tudor. they're going to wind up going to the Little League Scripps Ranch Hall of Fame for this pitching outing. What an incredible job by both Tudor and Mullen. The hitters did a wonderful job scoring 11 runs scattered throughout 5 innings, very consistent. They scored runs in the first, 4th, and 5th innings. And you can see as they race out down the left field line, they are loving this day. A beautiful day it was. But the A's should valiantly keep their heads up as they played a wonderful match this afternoon. Excellently coached, the A's. They couldn't quite get things going there early on. I think it took a little bit of a mental hit in that first inning when the Marlins came out, scored 3 runs very quickly. So the champions, there you have it, folks. Your Marlins 11-0 over the A's in the AA championship game here in beautiful Scripps Ranch at Jared Beck Park. This is Scott Hall for George Langevin Video Productions saying so long.
Start with the A's. Number 3, Ryan Frick. It turns to see your picture taken, Ryan. Number 12, Tom Martinson. Number 1, Casey McCormick. Casey, turn around, kiddo. Look there, buddy. Number 7, Taylor Dyke.
All right, Taylor.
Number 8, Kevin McKay. Number 2, Jake Goodman. Number 11, Torrey Grant. Number 6, Dino Hasanadjic. Number 5, Brennan Cobb. Number 9, Derek Nguyen. Number 10, Nathan Shaw. And number 4, Lorenzo Katakazik. Manager, Tim Grant. Coach Steve Frick. Tom McCormick. Brad Shaw. Minor AA, A's, National American League champions. Marlins, AA World Series champions. Number 8, Jacob Tudor.
Trophies down, give me a hand.
Number 5, Josh Wen. Number 9, Jacob Mullen.
So they might just say like American League champion and national champion.
And then they get the medal.
other. They have like yeah,
parents
like
get one.
AAA or major.
Number 3, Spencer Pratt.
Hey guys, stand on the line.
Number 7, Sean Reiner. Number 2, Brody Pfeiffer.
Who lost against the best player? The Keatsinator.
Number 6, Alex Abeda. Number 11, Keith Hall. Number 1, Philip Park. Number 12, Johnny Pinko. Number 10, Kev McGinnis. Marlins manager, Steve Pratt. And the Marlins coach, Michelle Tudor. Congratulations, AA players, Marlins Days, great game.
Some guys get down on the knee in front. Who can say swing hard? Good? Hey, everybody out to left field.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. I'm Scott Hall with George Langevin Video Productions. I am here with the 2006 AA World Series champions, Marlins. Guys, tell us who you are, your name, and your position.
My name's Joshua and I play right field. My name's Jonathan Pinko and I like to play left field.
And you are?
My name's Sean Reiner and I play first base.
So, Sean, what was your favorite part of the game today?
When I had that hit, but I got out. It felt good though.
All right. So tell me, how does it feel to win the 2006 championship?
It feels good since I've never been in the World Series before and I haven't played in low league since Caps and it was really surprised to me.
So this was an excellent opportunity for you. Oh, terrific. What was your most favorite part of the whole game today?
When my friend, he hit 2 home runs and I got the out at first. And, that's it.
Well, that sounds like a pretty exciting game to me. Who's your favorite Major League ball player?
I like Lance Berkman because he's my favorite player on the Astros, and the Astros are my favorite team.
Very nice. Who's your favorite team?
I would say, well, does it have to be recently?
It can be any time you want.
Babe Ruth on the Yankees.
Babe Ruth, not a bad player to model your game after. Guys, we'll be right back with a few more of the 2006 champs, the Marlins. Stay with us. And we're back with 3 more of the 2006 world champs, Marlins. Guys, tell us your name and what position.
I'm Brody, and I play second base. I'm Spencer, and I play catcher. I'm Jacob, and I play pitcher.
Now, Jacob, you were part of the duo here that pitched a no-hit shutout in the 2006 World Series. Tell us about the game.
It was awesome. It's fun striking people out.
It sure is. Was that your most favorite part of the game, was striking people out?
Yeah.
Terrific. It was mine too. You guys look great out there. Tell us about the game a little bit.
I had a really fun time. My team last year went to the World Series, but we lost, so having to win this year was a lot of fun. And when I threw out the most guys that I've ever thrown out in one game, it made me feel really good.
Now, you actually threw a guy out in the last inning there today, right? Tell us about that and tell us how it happened.
I was back there, and when the pitch came, it bounced and it hit my glove, and I thought it would go behind me, so I grabbed it and I threw it my hardest, and the second baseman caught it and tagged him right out on the play.
What an excellent way to finish out the game. That was a wonderful throw. Brody, tell us what you think about the game today.
Well, I think it was great. I liked the play when I caught the balls. There was 2 balls that was hit to me and I caught them. And when I was the winning run, I hit the winning run.
Awesome. Well, anytime you hit a winning run, that's got to be a most favorite part of your game, guys. All right, we'll be right back with a few more of the Marlins. Stay with us. All right, guys, welcome back. We're here with 3 more of the Marlins. Guys, tell us your name, what position you play.
I'm Phil, and I'm left field.
I'm Keaton, and I play right field.
I'm Kevin, and I play third.
All right, the 2 outfielders. Guys, how was it out there today in the outfield? Tell us about the game a little bit.
Well, it was kind of boring because no balls came out, and so.
It makes it a little tough when your pitchers are throwing no-hit shutouts, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So what was your favorite part of the game today?
When I hit a single and got 2 runs in, and I hit a double to make the winning run come in from Brody Pfeiffer.
Awesome. Sending a good shout out to your guy Brody there. Excellent. How about you? What was your favorite part of the game today?
My favorite part was when I hit the 2 home runs inside the Marco runs. Yeah.
Yeah. That's all? Just 2 home runs today? That's it? Yeah? That's maybe your favorite part?
Yeah.
Who do you model your game after? Do you have any favorite ball players out there?
Babe Ruth, because he's like a home run hitter like me.
Excellent. Excellent. What about your guy? What's your favorite player?
Mike Peavy.
Mike Peavy, and yourself?
Hank Aaron.
Hank Aaron, greatest home run hitter of all time. Excellent. Not bad guys to model your game after. We'll be right back with more of these world champs. Stay with us. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to 3 more of these 2006 world champ Marlins. Guys, tell us your name and your position.
I'm Alex Abeda, and I played center field.
I'm Kevin McInnes, and I play anywhere in outfield, actually.
The utility man, all right.
I'm Jacob Tudor. I play pitcher and shortstop.
All right, we'll start with you, Jacob. Tell us about the game today.
It was fun.
Well, you were part of that pitching duo with a no-hit shutout today. Tell us what it's like to pitch a no-hit shutout or be part of a no-hit shutout in the 2006 World Series.
It's really exciting.
Anything else to add to that? You're like, wow, it was really fun. Tell us about the 2 innings that you pitched out there.
It was fun.
Well, guys, that pretty much sums it up. Fun. All right, great. Now, what was your favorite part of the game today?
When I caught the last out to keep the no-hitter going.
Excellent, excellent. Now, let me guess, Alex, was your favorite part of the game the triple that you hit?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It was very fun to hit a triple because this year I had a good swing, but I just wasn't connecting. And then today I came out here and I just tried my hardest, and it paid off.
Excellent. It sure did. Well, I tell you what, these guys are all smiles, ear to ear. Guys, everybody come on in here. Tell us who is your favorite team here in the 2006 World Series? Who's the best?
Marlins!
All right, excellent. Here you guys have it. The Marlins, 2006 World Champs. There you have it. Show them your trophies, guys. That's it. This has been a George Langeman video production. I'm Scott Hall. Thank you for watching.